excited to be here today. I have a special guest for my Wednesday live stream, and it's my first time doing this, so I'm so thrilled to bring on Ellen from the Chili Dog. Hi, Ellen. Yay!
Hey, Heather, I'm glad I get to be your guinea pig.
Well, I figured if anybody knows YouTube, it is you.
I try. I try.
So, I brought Ellen on today because she has a new design that uses UU yarn. And it is so cute. I'm wearing a festive version of I'm dressed festive to celebrate them.
I love it. You want to peek at them?
Yes. Oh my gosh, they're so cute.
But why just be the white sheep? I like being the black sheep too.
Oh, the black. I don't know which I love more. They're so adorable. Look at those
I
cute.
actually enjoyed making this one more because I thought the design, it was a little bit easier to see, I think, when I was stitching on the face.
Yeah.
But they're both
Well,
fun.
yeah. And I guess that comes down to what colors you decide to make your sheep socks in.
Yeah. Yeah. And
So,
you have a few colors to choose from.
oh, I do. I brought some yarn along.
I would hope so.
I know. Do I have enough? I'm not sure.
Nice. Nice.
Um, so anyway, I am thrilled. Like they're called the You and Me socks. So EWE after UU
You,
yarns.
after you.
You. Here we go. After you. And of course me for Ellen. Um designing the socks. So that's how we came
It's
up with.
always fun to collaborate.
I know. It has been a fun one. Ellen would send me pictures along the way, and they were so adorable.
Although I feel weird texting somebody pictures of my feet. Here, look at this. Like this. Kind of strange.
Anyway, on that note, let's see who's joining us for that chat. Oh, shopping on Champagne. Hey, there they are. Hello, nice to see you. Our friend Nancy. Mary, hello from Colorado. Nice to see you. Math problem solving skills. Wow, that's a great name. Hi from California. Oh my God, I love the sheep sweater. Thank you. My sister got me this at Old Navy like eons ago, like probably back when I started UU Yarns. And it just hangs out in my closet. I get to wear it a couple times a year. So cute.
Is it even cool enough there to wear a sweater?
Yes, actually. I'd say it's only in the 50s today. So I'm
Okay.
double layered, two long sleeve, and it is a cotton sweater. It's not like.
Okay.
But the other thing is here, like we haven't even turned our heat on in our house. So it is kind of chilly. We kind of roll a little cooler. So
Yeah.
I wear sweaters. I've got a shawl here that I was wearing while I was doing my emails today.
Nice.
So I
Our
do
heat
wear.
has definitely been on.
Oh, yeah. Well, Alabama's a little different than California.
Yeah. Alabama's a little different. You can just say leave it right there.
I mean, I am having a problem. It has been raining a ton here in California, and I'm not so sure I'm very good at like the raincoat aspect of my life.
But yeah.
Let's see. Oh, Susan, hi from Illinois. Nice to see you today, Sue. Joan, hello from Texas. Always nice to see you, Joan. Kathy from Illinois. Ermgen, oh, from Mooresville, PA. Nice to see you. Dolores from Connecticut. Nice to see everybody today. So I would love to know if any of you have ever tried knitting any socks. And if you've tried socks, have you tried knitting them in you use fluffy fingering? So Ellen here is a very skilled knitting pattern designer, and the thing I love most about her projects and her patterns, and this You and Me socks included, is that the pattern drops with the tutorial, basically. So I think you have, well, I've seen like maybe 4 videos about these socks already.
There are going to be 4 videos, and they are released on YouTube every Thursday. So the first one actually,
Mm,
well, there was a teaser video that actually, showed the socks and told how awesome they are, because they
yeah.
are. But then the next 4 videos will be releasing every Thursday on my channel. So the first one is the figure 8 cast on. So we start at the toe and then work our way up. And then I have some tips for how to the face is done with duplicate stitch. So you knit the whole toe, and then it's like embroidery. Duplicate stitch is kind of like embroidery. So I have
Yeah.
some tips to help be successful with that. And
Oh,
the
so I didn't really even think about that. So you are doing your face and the duplicate stitch while it's still on the needle, so it's
it
only a
is
couple inches long.
Yes. Well, because otherwise you would have to deal with, like, reaching into the whole sock to stitch the
Yeah.
face on, which you could do it. I
Yeah.
wouldn't want to do it. So,
Right.
yeah, it's still on the needles when you put the face on.
Oh, so it's only just like just
It's,
past the
like, this
toe.
big, yeah. Yeah.
Perfect. I didn't even really catch on to that, even though I have the pattern right here.
Yeah.
Um, I think that is a genius move. Because yeah, duplicate stitch is fun. I mean, I grew up sewing, so doing the up down in like
Yep.
it's a fun stitch to do. I like doing it. Um,
I like doing it once in a while. I wouldn't do it all the time, but it's
well,
fun for something like this. You need a
yeah,
little extra cute factor.
right. Yes, exactly. Like, oh, I need to put initials on the top of a stocking. That's fine.
Yep.
But
Yep.
no, I want to when I sit down to craft at night, I want to knit.
Yes. Well, and this duplicate stitching the face on is not something you do at night on your couch while you're watching TV.
Yeah.
That little bit of the pattern is a pay attention and do it in good light and no distractions.
Yeah, and I love how you drop the on the chart part, you actually say like mark this stitch and mark this
Mhm.
stitch so that you know where to go through so that you get the eyes to be level
So they're
and
not like wonky, and yeah. And so you get a smile on the face, and yeah.
yes.
Yes. Yeah, it was easier for me, I found, to use a couple stitch markers to mark a few landmarks, like where the eyes go in and where the nose goes in,
Yeah.
just so that I didn't have to overthink it, and so that I didn't have to count, like, every stitch down and across. Just
No,
using a couple landmarks makes all the difference.
I think that's such a great idea. And yeah. And I think it's really clear here in the pattern about how to do it. So you're always so thoughtful in your patterns.
I try.
Um, so yeah, so we have the links to the pattern and the yarn kits. We put together some cute yarn kits. So that pair you have in the vanilla is in the vanilla with, oh, is that the black toe?
It's the
Charcoal.
charcoal.
Okay, I had it right the first time.
You had it right.
So that
And it
is,
has a little contrasting heel and cuff too, but the face
oh,
is the best
cute.
part.
So yeah, it takes 2 balls of the main color and 1 ball of the heel color. And then we also have the black sheep set. That's cute, and he has a silver face. So adorable. But then we also have a fun yarn kit for the yin and yang version, where we have all 4. So you can
Oh,
make,
so you can make one of each.
I think
You can
that
have
might
a
be
white sheep and a black sheep in your flock. Your
right.
your sock flock.
Well, you can't be the black sheep if you don't have any white sheep, can you?
It's true.
um and then we have some other fun combos. Like I thought some neon sheep would be really cute.
I would love I'm like it dates me, I think. Those are my colors.
Yeah,
Kind of fun.
I think they're really fun. And then I did a cute one called Sheep in the Woods with the forest fern and the wheat. I think those would be really
Nice.
cute, you know, because the sheep face can look cute in any color, I think.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, we should catch up on the chat. People have said a lot about their socks. Okay, so I've knit several single socks.
If you knit single socks, just grab one of each, and then you've got a pair. It may
There
not
you
be a
go.
matching pair, but it's a
Right.
pair.
That's true. We call it yin yang.
Yes.
I make socks all the time, and I have not tried the UU sock yarn. Okay. I have made socks, but I haven't tried UU yarns yet. All right, well, here we are. Ellen is super duper, a super duper sock queen. Yes, she is, Cheryl. I
I
totally
love that.
agree.
Love it.
I've knit some of her sock patterns too, and I am not a sock knitter. But I know with confidence that I can head to her YouTube channel and figure out any part that I am confused about. And
Absolutely.
I totally do that. Kathy, hello from Ogden, Utah. Nice to see you, Kathy. Genius tips from Ellen. I know, she always comes in with the best stuff. I've never knit socks before. Does it involve a lot of short rows?
Okay, there are a few short rows, not what I would say a lot. The only place in this pattern that uses short rows is at the heel. And
Yeah,
I did not make a heel tutorial for this specific pattern, but if you look on my channel, I have many other short row heel tutorials that will help you. And if you need, a little direction, drop me a note.
yeah. And with every one I've knit, um, it's always like row by row. Like knit
Mhm.
5, do this, purl back,
Yep.
or whatever. Like it's always row by row. So to be totally honest, I didn't even know I was performing short rows. Like it never even dawned on me until I'm not even joking, like 6 months ago. I was like, oh yeah, I guess
Yeah.
those are short rows. Because
Short rows
I
really are not anything that is that nobody should be afraid of short rows. If you can knit and purl and if you can do increases and decreases, you can do short rows.
yeah,
You're just making one less stitch per row, and that's why it's short.
yeah. And the gaps, like it shows up, it's obvious, like as you do it, like the first time you work across it. It's fun.
Yeah.
But yeah, I never really like clued in that I was actually like working short rows when you turn a sock heel.
Isn't that nice when you have that aha moment?
Yeah, I know. But then I was like, wow, that I guess I should have put that together.
Yeah.
Oh, Cheryl likes your Japanese short rows
Oh,
video.
I just
Perfect.
had one that I put out maybe a couple weeks ago. I did Japanese short rows. I
Oh,
I love Japanese short rows. A lot of people get really intimidated by them because you use stitch markers a lot of stitch markers. It
oh,
looks kind of terrifying, but they're so neat and tidy and pretty.
oh. Interesting. I don't what do you use those for socks or like what's the application that you find you use it for?
I use short rows almost all the time in socks because that's the thing I knit the most.
Okay. Is there a
So
pattern
you
like
the
so
you can
y-
also use them when you're doing, sweater shaping in the back sometimes when you're raising up the neck, you
okay.
can use short rows there too.
That's good. Oh, Karen says I love German short rows. Okay. Hi Karen, nice to see you today. Karen's a local knitter to me. Um that's good. I didn't realize there was yeah, set like I said, I'm not very versed in the short row land, but here we
Oh, yeah.
are. Ellen will teach me.
Yep. Yes. Well, it's because you're not a sock knitter, right? If
I'm not
that's that's it. It's okay, you can still be my friend even though you don't knit a lot of socks.
I make the yarn. I have the yarn.
There you go.
Yes. So yes, uh we do have a sock yarn weight. It is called fluffy fingering, and it works great. I think you worked your socks on a 1.5, a US one
I
and a half, right?
I believe so, I believe so.
Oh, that's a great, yeah, 2.5 millimeter. So that is, hold on, my dog is, sorry about that. Um, so yes, you can see it's a nice, fine weight with a really good twist, which lets all those colors really pop. And the stitch definition is good, and it lets those duplicate stitches really.
Well, and you probably can't see, in my camera here, the yarn worked really nice. There's good stitch definition on, like, the body of the sock. I used it a twisted stockinette, and you
Oh.
can really see it nice.
Oh, we'll see if you give us a close up. Go nice and slow. I
Okay.
bet it, hopefully maybe it'll. Oh, you can. Yeah, there you go. That is a
Yeah.
cute little
The
little.
stitch definition was really, really nice. Well, it makes it look like it has that wavy fleece.
Oh, we love sheep fleece. Perfect. Yeah. That's how I knit all my stockinette when I learned how to knit. I
Oh,
didn't I didn't know I was knitting backwards.
okay.
So when I saw it, I was like, "Oh, oh, that's a thing you could do for fun."
Yes. Yeah, you may not always wanna do that, but
Yeah.
it's a thing.
No, the first hat I made many years ago, over 20 years ago, but I'll never forget it because it had no stretch. It was like a rock solid.
Nice. Okay, now how did you learn to knit? Did somebody teach you or did you learn from a book? It wasn't YouTube, I'm guessing.
No, it was not YouTube. It was, my sister Nancy taught me how to knit.
Mm, okay.
And, she had opened a yarn store, and she was trying to teach me she tried to teach me how to crochet, and I did really poorly. Like, it was so tight, I could not get my tension figured out. And then, she kept trying to teach me, and I was like, "Nah, I don't need a new craft in my life." I was, like, a fine art graphic designer, and I'm like, "No." And then she opened a yarn store, and one Saturday afternoon, I went out to see the new yarn store, and
That's
I
all it
walked in.
takes, isn't it?
Yeah, seriously. I I remember I walked around the store and like, there was, like, brown sky or, brown sheep, super bulky, those big fluffy
Oh,
hanks. I
yeah.
remember, like, this big neon green one, and then, like, I just was like, what is this?" And I just kept walking around and being like, look at this." And finally, she was like, "All right, I've had enough." And she just, like, got some needles and set me down at the table
Good
and
for
taught me how
her.
to knit, like, right on a Saturday afternoon. And then, yeah, I knit a scarf, and then I knit that hat that was not correct, and then I knitted, about 50 felted bags.
Okay.
With eyelash yarn. I That was that era.
Oh,
Mhm.
wow.
That was that era. And then, so I was felting everything I had knitted, so I didn't really know I was knitting incorrectly, so I knit like that for about a year and a half, and the way I found out I was knitting incorrectly was because when I then got the opportunity to open a sister store with my sister out
Nice.
out here in California, and the first teacher I hired, saw me knitting and said, Sweetie, that's not correct."
Nice.
So, I learned how to knit, very quickly. When you open a store and you're specializing in knitting,
People
I
ask you questions, and you need to be
yes.
able to give them an answer.
Yeah, so I learned how to read patterns, and that was mostly how I learned how to knit well, is
Mhm.
because people will come in with their mistakes, and I was like the, problem solver, so I learned how to read stitches and patterns and all that, yes, very quickly, so that was a lot of fun, actually. I really enjoy that part of it still, is helping people
Nice.
figure out what went wrong or something like that. But that's how I ended up, Yeah, that made me a very good knitter very quickly.
Oh, yeah. It's good to
So,
know, though, how to fix things.
yes, right. And I mean, yeah, we moved people along, and that's the other thing in a store, it's like you wanna, like, they wanna finish this so they can get on to the next thing too, so it was always a good incentive for me to help them figure it out.
Yep.
So oh, there's Nancy, woot woot. Yep. So then, that was yeah, then I eventually learned how to crochet again, and now I do whatever. And then somehow I now yeah, I went from not wanting to knit to, now I own my own yarn line.
Nice. Nice.
But again, it's
You
about
got
the color.
sucked into the fiber arts
I was gonna
world.
say, but it's still about the color for me. I make one yarn that I really love, and then I put it in 1,000 different ways.
Yep.
So, anyway, oh yeah, I wasn't expecting a little history of Heather
Oh,
here. That was fun.
sorry.
No, I like it. So, yeah, and then, I don't know. That was a fun little sidebar
Yeah.
about how we got to yarn. So anyway, where can people find you, Ellen?
Oh, you can find me I'm everywhere. On YouTube on YouTube
Alabama?
yeah, Alabama. You could find me here way back in the sticks out in the middle of nowhere, just past the cows and the cotton field. On the internet, I am, the chili dog, and you can find me here on YouTube, and I should have picked maybe a different brand name back in the day when I started this all out, because the first question everybody always asks me, "Is it chili like a chili dog you eat?"
Oh,
And oddly enough, I'm a vegetarian, so I don't eat chili dogs. So it is not that kind of chili. It's chili like cold chili.
yeah. I think as soon as you see the, your little logo with the dog and the scarf around his
Or
neck.
well, and that was our real dog. We had a chili dog. We
Aw.
had when we lived in Arizona, we had a Mexican hairless dog.
Oh, so it was
So
always
it was
cold.
hairless, so it was truly chili.
So did it have a
So,
lot of knits?
um, it had a couple, I will admit, it did not like to wear them even when it was cold. It preferred that was not its thing. It never wore a scarf like in the logo.
Oh, well, I'm glad he's memorialized in the logo.
Exactly. Okay, back to where can you find me? You can find me at the Chili Dog on YouTube. I'm the Chili Dog on Instagram and Facebook, although I'm sporadic about posting.
Yeah,
And you can find me at thechilidog.com.
perfect. That's great. Yeah, and I have, oh, I have some good, I have some links in the description and for the You and Me socks pattern, which you can get directly from the Chili Dog.
Yep.
They're so cute. I just love those cheery little faces. And then we have the yarn kits that I mentioned on UU.com. So those links are all down below. And I hope that if you decide to take a sock adventure, you'll take it with this pair because you'll learn a lot of good techniques from Ellen. And yeah, the yarn is good. If you need to rip it out, it works just fine again. And it's washable.
I've
So
never ripped anything out.
no, no,
No,
no.
never.
So anyway, it looks like we're getting some interesting spam comments at this point. So maybe maybe it's time to call the joint chat. I don't know. Kind of a weird thing. Anyway, um that is I'm so happy you were here to join me today and kick off your new sock pattern. So
Absolutely. And thanks for the yarn. I It was fun to play with.
I mean, it really couldn't have gone into a better project.
Oh, yeah. Now, the next pair I'm gonna make shorties, 'cause I mean, I like a tall sock, but I don't wear them all the time. Shorties
Yeah,
I wear all the time, so
I was
that's
gonna
next
say,
on my list.
you have another fun pair of shorty socks that use UU yarn. I believe they were in the berry color.
I have them sitting right here.
Oh, do you? Oh, and the citrus
They were
color.
in maybe it was because you had this in your memory. I had them in the berry and what do you call this one?
Citrus pop.
Citrus pop. Yeah, these are my toe-rific fingering socks.
Oh, yes.
And shorties because I like shorties better.
They're so cute. I made the worsted weight version of those,
Mhm.
for my husband using our woolly worsted, and he loves them. And they're so great even in the worsted weight because you can just chuck them in the wash, like, with
Yeah.
all the UU yarn, as long as you just, like, weave in your ends really well, you can go and, just chuck them in the washer, and they come out fine, and the dryer, actually.
Which is nice.
Yeah. So, it's no problem, and I mean, I know a lot of people, like, leave their socks to hang dry or whatever, but I was brutal with them. I'm like, "I wanna see how it goes." So, I I put them in the washer and the dryer, and yeah, they come out great. They just,
They
like,
come
get a
out
little,
nice.
yeah, they get a little softer, a little
Yeah.
fuzzier, and all sorts of fun. So, well, thank you for coming on today, Ellen. We
Thank
are
you.
I had a great time on this collaboration, so I am excited, and like I said, all the links are in the video description, but I'll pin a comment too, and yeah, we'll see you next time. So,
Great. Nice to see you.
okay, thanks. Talk to you soon.
Bye.